So how is it going, everyone? Welcome to the Division 3 stream. We are here for Azerbaijan Grand Prix. I am J. Cole, and I'm just going to have the hot lap go on for you guys right now for the beginning of the stream.
On it. You can see I've done a 37. Was that 38.5 even. So yeah, that's my quickest final sector, quicker than you can see. The FTC for the first 6 corners is probably actually better. As we go green, we're really fighting this time now. I'm going to get on this curb to open up that corner. Quite excited for this. Castle is down to persuasion. It's whatever you can get through comfortably. You do lose a bomb of time on mid TC through there. I don't think there's much getting away from that. This one, you need to cut that in quality. I wouldn't recommend it in a race, but definitely worth doing. You get such better traction with mid TC through that last corner, to the point where I think you're going to make nearly a 10th up. And this is better. This is a lap that we're going to use. 38.1. And that's a decent lap.
So there you go. That is the hot lap of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, I guess. It's just a lap around Baku. And I am actually joined by none other than Wave and Mark, the duo that used to commentate on Division 3. How are you boys doing?
Good, good.
Well, I'm doing alright.
Good. I mean, you guys have, as I said, you guys commentated these lot last season. So, is there anyone to be sort of watching out for at all?
Well, from what I've seen in like practice and stuff, Ivor's got a fair amount of pace here. I mean, as he's shown so far in this session as well, sitting second currently.
Mm,
But I don't really know other than that because there's so many new drivers this season.
yeah.
Well, LFC got his only podium in LOE last season here. So he's one to watch out for. I think shifting is good. We've obviously got Velocity who's moved down, who's already DNF'd. So there was a lot of fear that he was going to run away with this from the Division 3 guys. And I believe Dave's quite good around here as well, actually, you know, from previous history. You can keep that. If you can get some of his form back, then that would be interesting.
Hopefully. I mean, at this moment, I've got a sound glitch, so I cannot hear anything. I can't hear cars.
Oh no!
It's
Press. Can you? If you press
faint.
pause, then go
I
back
tried
in.
pausing and unpausing.
That's what I've tried. It's like
Yeah.
very faint. Maybe it's something in my sound. Maybe I'll just try and turn something up on that. But I mean, as I said, Velocity, Frey, they're both already out of qualifying. So they're not going to be able to get anything done as such, which is unfortunate for them.
No, that's just in a crash into the last corner of sector 2. Nico got tied up with Eduk, and now they're both in the wall.
Ooh.
Unfortunate for that. I've just watched James go across the line. He's done a 139.0. So good lap from him. I think he's actually starting his lap. No, he did just do a lap. So good lap from the Hash driver. But I've still got no sound whatsoever. And it's raining.
The only way I can think to fix that, is it? No,
It's
the
raining.
only way I can think to fix the sound is to leave the lobby and rejoin it, but should fix when we move into the race.
Yeah, so I'm hoping it does fix within the race, but yeah, at the moment we're just watching these guys all going through Baku. They like to get their laps in quite early, and half of the field still haven't heated. Has just smacked into, as we call it, the Ivo curb.
So I'd say, other than people still to set their time, that's the quality order set
I
now
think that
that
is,
started
yeah.
raining.
Yeah, there's going to be like a mini battle at the back, isn't there?
I mean, there's a
It's gonna be like an
chance that
interleague.
people, yeah, there's a chance that people will be able to get into the top 10, but only just.
Oh yeah, without a
Heated's coming
doubt.
over the line.
Heated's done a
Ooh, Heated.
140.2. So I feel like, as you said, Frey, not Frey, I don't know why I said Frey. As you said, Wave, I don't know why I said that, I'm really sorry. As you said, Wave, then I think that is going to be qualifying. Adri's gone into P9, the two runners are 9th and 10th at the moment, LFC's in 11th. Heated, the one that won it last season, is down in 7th. So it just depends on, and Nico hasn't even come out at all.
This will be this is going to be a good opportunity to discuss politics, really. I think.
I don't think we want to go that route. Jasper's split the two Renaults, but I don't think we want to go that route.
I don't think, I don't think politics really fits with this league.
No, no chance. I mean,
Ooh, cloudy.
I don't know if we want to talk about like the guys that have moved down. I know that both Big W and Velocity are the ones that have moved down. Velocity's only a reserve in D3. He is still racing in D2 as a full time, but yeah, racing with the D3 guys as well. And he's already crashed out, so he's starting back towards the back. As long as Cloudy and Nico put in a lap, then he is starting at the back with Frey in
Ooh,
second.
cloudy's out.
And
No,
never mind,
I'm
Cloudy
sorting
has
out those.
has DNF'd. Both of his tyres are a goner.
And Nico's out on an outlap now, so
I think
I'm
just drove
guessing it's
past
gonna
him.
be Cloudy starting last.
I don't know if they
Yeah.
drove past him. It was either.
It's perhaps a bit daft pushing there from Cloudy, maybe. He could have just crept around and at least got above the other two, which I think is what Nico is kind of doing by the looks of it. He's going
No,
to
Nico's just on an outlap right now. I mean, he could still beat Ivo's time, because that's still
DRS
7 seconds
disabled.
off 14th.
So we've now just got to see if Nico manages to get anywhere within range of maybe even LFC or EDUC, because that's the best he's going to get.
No.
Smashes his wing. And I really feel like that is
Still
qualifying
better
over.
Yeah, but I still think that Nico should just stay out and just take this lap slowly, just so he gets the time in.
Yeah, I mean, but worst comes to worst, he'll start behind Ibo.
I mean, Nico's already shown that he's got the pace and temperament to get past people.
So we'll see how they get on. Adri is just on his in lap as we speak. But a lot of these guys have set the fastest lap. Oh, Nico's going in, so I think he's probably just going to... Well, I think the rest of these drivers are all just going to call it a day. Unless they're all going to...
I mean,
unless
Nico
some of them
might
coming
decide
out.
to go out on inters just because.
Yeah. Possibly could.
Yeah, you might as well and just pick
Yeah.
up the free places, really.
But as for the rest of the guys that have already done their times, I don't see a point in them going out. Especially if it's going to be if it's raining still by the end of the session.
No, I don't see this rain stopping in 5 minutes.
No.
Or at least not the track clearing up enough for lap times to drop anyway.
So I think that's probably your qualifying already done.
I guess everyone can retire.
Yeah.
Looks
Ibo's
like
going
Ibo's
on
wanting to go on
inters.
inters.
Yeah. Heater's retired.
Oh, that's up to everyone, really.
Nico looks like he's going on the inters as well. It is up to everyone. There's still another 4 minutes 20 in the session. So Ivo, yeah, going out. I think Nico's just about to come out as well.
I mean, since we still don't know if there's going to be any rain or anything, if there is rain in the race, going out on inters isn't a bad idea.
No, good point. James is going out on the set of the inters as well.
As is Smitsky.
So Nico's probably the one that we just going to have to keep our eye out on as Mr. Wooter does retire from the session. But yeah, Nico is definitely the one to keep the eye out for. If he ends up maybe even just beating Ibo's time. Because 149.6, that is doable. on a set of the inters. You have to be really quick, but that is doable.
Yeah, it would have to be an incredibly clean lap from the Red Bull driver to
Yeah,
beatable, but like you said, it is possible. Never know what's going to happen.
exactly. LFC is now also going out on a set of the inters. There's yellows in sector 2, and I have the feeling that is that Ibo that has crashed it in the castle.
Yep,
He's crashed
Ebo.
it before.
No, the corner before the castle.
Ooh, hold tight. Hold tight. There you go.
Got through that nice and clean. Now, what about Nico? Is he going to get through castle nice and clean? Just about.
I mean, there's no point pushing at all on an outlap, especially not a track where it's as easy to lose a front wing as here.
Especially when you have no discernible reason to push.
Yeah. Literally, all he's got to do is just
The
set a time.
Yeah, because the only thing that Nico will gain from pushing us up is possibly one position.
Yeah. I mean, it's the usual suspects at the top to a degree with James and MCR. Heated not doing so well. Adri, obviously Nico is going to be...
Towards the back, along with velocity.
Yeah, so that's going to be an interesting one. I think Nico will want to get ahead of velocity for sure. And he can do it by 2 places by the looks of this.
Now, I've got someone in chat saying apparently there's not meant to be any rain in the race.
That's big W in the
But,
chat, so.
yeah.
Right, I'm just going to have to leave off for 2 minutes, which is quite handy because we've got 2 minutes left. But I'll be back in a sec.
No worries. I'm just keeping my eye on Nico because he's the one that is on the proper lap that could
Yeah,
end
I
up
don't.
beating these bottom. Well, it's going to beat the bottom 3, but it could also beat Ibo.
Yeah, and as there's not meant to be any rain in this, I don't see why everyone else is out on the inters, to be honest.
I don't know either, but I think it's just more of they're just going out just to do maybe just get a wet lap done in case it for some reason does rain towards the end of the race or whatever. So
Yeah, well, I have seen it happen where it says that it's going to be dry, but it still rains, but not quite enough to change tyres.
yeah, no, I see what you're saying. As Nico's in, it's just coming up towards the final part of Sector 2, the Ibo curve, as we like to call it. Is he going to go? He goes over it. He smashes his wing completely, but he's got to complete the rest of the lap if he wants to not
No,
finish,
but
start in last.
yeah, surprisingly from that crash, he only lost the right side end plate,
Yeah,
and that's it. That's could have been a wheel loss from a crash like that.
it did look like it was a heavy bit of, well, it just a heavy impact that he had on that wall. So here we go, Nico. It goes as close to the wall as he possibly can. 16th, so he didn't manage the best of those times. So 153.2 on the inters. I know he's going to have to just retain. Well, he's going to have to stay in 16th position. Ibo
Yeah, but
is
that's now
slowing.
100% in the quality order.
Yeah, that is 100% the quality order. That has now been determined. Unless Smitsky does an absolute flyer and literally cuts every corner and it doesn't say it. So that is your quality order. Silent shifting. His debut for LOE. And he starts on pole. Nicely done from him. James, down, yeah, I'll say down in second. He's normally up sort of towards the top end of the grid anyway, so nicely done from him. James in second, with Ivor Bryn Mike in P3, MCR in fourth, Mr. Wuta in P5, Big W in 6th, Heated in 7th, Dave in P8, which I think is a pretty good one for Dave. Adri in P9, not where he wants to be. I know he wants to try and move up a bit more up towards the grid. Jasper in 10th, with Smitsky in 11th, LSC 12th, Eduk 13th, Wakursk in 14th, Ibo in 16th, Nico, did I say Nico in 16th? I think Ibo in 15th, sorry, Nico in 16th.
Yeah.
Frey, Velocity and Cloudy Cloud did not manage to get their times done, but they are 17th, 18th and 19th.
Now, there's one thing that myself and June in the chat would like to correct on. This isn't Shifton's first race.
Oh, was it not?
His first race was in Bahrain.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah, he's a quick guy. Very quick. He's not happy about the short short quali format. In the chat I've seen, so that's interesting. I know a couple of leagues do full quali, but
I mean, it'd be nice to do full quali, but it just takes so long, and there's so many things that can go wrong with it.
I think we do it every now and again. We do tend to just throw in a race every now and again, but some people don't like it. I don't know. I mean, it looks very dry, but then again, it looked about this dry at the beginning of quali. So,
We've just got to trust Jeff and his weather, man.
And I'm hoping that I manage to actually get some sound back as well.
oh, yeah.
I really am hoping to
Hopefully it
get some
treats us.
sound back.
It feels so dead otherwise, doesn't it? It's horrible. Cars. This is a. Hopefully everyone gets through turn 3, and then the castle. There's everywhere. Really. It's a horrible first lap, isn't it?
Yeah, but I get the feeling that this might possibly be first showing of a safety car.
We might see it.
Yeah,
I think if we're going to see it, it'll be here.
Yeah.
Or it'll be somewhere else for something that's completely innocuous.
Thank goodness I
How
have got
many
my sound back
finishes?
as well.
Good. That would be absolute hell without that. How many finishes then?
12.
I'm going to say 13.
You reckon all that?
13?
Yeah.
I mean, I've said 12.
Oh, I'm not
Mark's
doubting.
gonna go for like 7 or something.
Oh, I'm going 8. I'm going 8.
Wow.
I hope not. I hope I'm wrong, but it's just so tough.
So LFC saying, can you guys please do LFC score updates? I'm going to check because I am an Arsenal fan and I'm not going to say the score anymore. And I'm just going to leave it. So we have got those guys down towards the bottom 10. McCursk on the set of the softs and Cloudy Cloud on the set of the softs as well. And LFC's gone on a set of the hards, along with Ibo on a set of the hards and Velocity on a set of the hards. So the rest of the guys have gone on a set of the mediums, of course, obviously outside of the top 10. But Adri and Heated are the ones in the top 10 that have gone on a set of the mediums. The rest are on a set of the softs.
That's a huge touch for LFC that Smith's got on mediums. Because it means he doesn't have to get past him, really. As long as he doesn't get overtaken.
I mean, getting past someone on lap 1 here is not the difficult thing. The difficult thing is keeping your front wing intact.
People were disappearing and reappearing on my screen.
Yeah, I'm seeing that as well.
Oh,
I think it's just because the camera is so far away that the car's on load.
Maybe. Just maybe. So now we are waiting for these 5 red lights to come on. We'll silent shift and get the best of James for this race, or we'll either get ahead of the Hash driver. And away these drivers go, and it looks like James has got a good start. He does look like he's lagging a little bit, so hopefully that doesn't compromise anybody, but it either looks like he's got a better start than what James has. Either goes towards the barrier, there's a bit of a spin towards the back of the grid. There is a Red Bull that is spinning. I think that is Nico.
That's Nico. That Nico's round.
And there's Iber and Michael's dropped down to 6th. MCR, Big W's gone up to 3rd position, so good start from the Ferrari driver. But Velocity has also gone up to 9th position.
Yeah, Velocity's up to 9th.
What on earth?
That is impressive from the McLaren driver. But LFC is starting to drop down. I think he has gone off. Yeah, he has gone into the run-off, which is unfortunate for the Ferrari driver, who actually picked up his first podium last season at Baku as well. So that's interesting. Big W has managed to get past James before Castle section, so he's going to have to stay behind him towards Castle. As it looks like the guys towards the back as well. Nico is closing up to the back of Frey after that bad start, but even more, Ivan and Mike right on the back of MCR. And MCR right on the back of James despite his lag issues. But silent shifting is already 3 seconds up ahead of Big W.
Wow.
That was a great first lap for that Williams then. And this is an example of a track where just being the fastest doesn't always mean you win.
Nice. I think the thing is as well, some people are just so good at this track, beyond good, out of their normal pace range. It's a little bit like Bahrain in that sense.
Without a doubt, and Ivan Mike is going down the inside of MCR. This is for P4. MCR manages to hold it around the outside of the Red Bull driver. Meanwhile, Velocity and Dave are also going side by side in towards turn 2. Velocity holding it down the inside of the Hash driver. They're both still side by side. Velocity getting a better run out of that corner. Now coming up towards turn 3, the long drag. Also just up ahead as well, Mr. Wooer and Ivan Mike. Ivan Mike looked like he lost out a bit of a place from heated as well. So Ivan Mike now trying to hold it around the outside of Mr. Wooter. Mr. Wooter pushes him towards the outside and looks like he retains that P6 position. Ivan Mike not having the best of starts in the race. Meanwhile, Kursk has gone straight on in the runoff up towards turn 4. Promotes Adri up into P10 now, and Sminsky's all the way down in 16th. I didn't realise he had quite a bit of a bad start as well.
Kursk, very unlucky. Didn't quite reverse, didn't want to reverse far enough to get on the track, and then had to re-reverse again and just went all the way down to the back.
But it looks like all these drivers taking it quite clean so far through Castle section, which is good to see.
And all 7 drivers just split apart by at least a second.
I'm quite surprised all 19 drivers are still racing.
It's pretty damn impressive.
Considering you thought there was only going to be 8 finishes, Mark.
No. Velocity is flying. This is already looking like a bit of a battle between heated Velocity and silent shifting for me.
We'll have to see as Velocity goes down the inside of Ivan Brimine coming up towards turn 1. Will Ivan Brimine try to hold it around the outside? No, he doesn't. Velocity now up into P7, but Ivan Brimine looking to do a switchback, not able to do so. So Velocity now up into 7th, but Mike will have the DRS on Velocity. Will Velocity be able to hold on to P7? We will find out as Mike now opening that DRS, coming up towards turn 3. Is he going to look to go down the inside of the McLaren driver? No, he doesn't. He just holds back and stays in P8, but it does hit the back of Velocity. Don't think any wing damage, but Dave and Adri both side by side. Dave hit the wall quite a bit then, and he has lost a bit of his front left end plate. So Adri, is he going to try and get past? Is he going to be able to get past Dave coming up towards Castle, or is he going to have to stay behind him up towards... Well, it's going to have to be up towards turn 1.
Yeah, Jasper's benefiting from this as well, because now he's right on the back of Adri. Oh, Dave really right. Oh no.
Dave backs off.
Out.
Does think better of it.
Oh, it'd be nice to watch, see if 2 cars actually try that. But it'd be terrible for the cars behind, but I mean, it'd be interesting to see what happens.
The gap's kind of not moving too much between shifting and big.
Oh! Dave has just taken off all of his front wing, so Dave now without a front wing. He's going to have to make his way back to the pits. That's going to allow Jasper to get past him around down the inside. But Dave losing his entire wing. It looks like he's going to have to be the first one that makes a pit stop. Although he goes into the wall. He hasn't lost his tyre.
He did really well. He did really well because I was worried about Enoch coming up from behind him.
Just looking towards front, we've got heated now closing back with MCR. 4th position.
Indeed he is. Heated's
Quite
got his
interesting.
DRS open on MCR. Remember, Heated's on the set of the medium tyres, the rest of these guys are on softs that are ahead of him, so really, Heated is the one that is benefiting out of the most of this. He could pick up his second wing at Baku.
But he's just going to want to try and not push too hard, because if he gets wing damage, that will definitely damage his strategy.
Without a doubt, as there was yellows in Sector 1. I don't know who that is, but Smitsky's managed to get past Cloudy Cloud for P14. And Smitsky's now going to want to try and get past Nico and Frey to try and at least get himself a point for the Renault team. As there is yellows, it's silent shifting. He's binned it at Castle. As I said before.
Given that the cars are ghosting.
Oh, without a doubt. Otherwise, there'd be a massive pile-up.
He's doing... Oh, that's really... Oh.
The thing is, there wasn't really anywhere else to go through the car.
And silent shifting suppliers put himself in the wall. Didn't want to carry on and just decided to crash himself.
Isn't doing it like that against the rules?
Yeah,
I think it is, yeah.
Leave it to the stewards. There's no harm done because there's no safety car, but pretty pathetic, to be honest. Is my own personal view. Because it can cause... The reason why is because it could have literally just completely spanned Heated's race.
Exactly.
If that had brought out a safety car, then...
But speaking of Heated, his teammate is going around, going down the inside of the Racing Point driver. Manages to get that place done and is now up into P9. Now going to try and chase down Jasper for P8.
We've got our first pit stop from Azerbaijan D3, switching from the soft tires to the hards and getting a front wing change.
So I don't think he could have continued without that front wing change, to be completely honest with you. But James is also closing back up to the back of Big W. Now, both of these cars are definitely known for their lag, to say the least. So this is going to be an interesting battle. Heated has got to be careful between these two, but he is already 1.5 seconds behind James and Big W. So Heated is looking like the best car on track at the moment. Big W has a little bit of a slide going through Castle section, but manages to hold it. Going to compromise James' run, which is also going to help Heated massively. Heated, he's already in DRS range of the top two cars, and as saying that, Nico just a bit behind manages to get past Frey, so Nico now up into P10 looking to chase down the Racing Point driver of Eduk. Oh, and James has spun it!
James has gone.
James in the wall.
That is not going to help.
The end of the world.
It's not, but it's not going to help his title hopes. He's down into 4th place now and is about to be overtaken by Mr. Wooter and Velocity. Ooh!
Well done, James. Oh, yeah.
LFC's also retired down in 14th.
That was the same corner that James had his crash in, but his car just sat right on the exit of the corner.
Yeah. Oh, well avoided, Dave.
But a lot of these guys now making their pit stop, including the race leader, Big W. He's now back out of the pits, currently in 4th, but I think that's about to change now. There we go, yeah, he's down into 6th place.
Interestingly, he's decided to go for the medium tyres. I would have expected him to go for the hards and take them to the end.
Yes. Well, almost certainly it's definitely a 2-stop. I don't know anyone that's that good at their tyres.
We'll see, it does look like he is going for a 2-stop, but he is side by side with Eduk now. Before the Castle section, look to try and get a switch back done, but not able to do so, so he is going to have to stay in 6th place for now. Although he does go down the inside of Eduk before the corner for the Castle section, and actually manages to get up into P5, so nicely done from the Ferrari driver.
What a move that was.
Not the most conventional overtaking spot, but they made it work.
Did manage to get that done indeed, so nicely done to him. MCR is on the set of the of the hards, so MCR, I think technically is your race leader as it stands, although we've got Heated and Velocity as well, along with Adri. They're ones to look out for.
Well, Curse went into the wall where LFC and James did. So I imagine he's broken some aspect of his
Nice.
wing.
Yeah,
He's
front
lost
right.
half of it by looks of things.
Yeah. But also just up ahead of them, Smitsky and Edok. Smitsky manages to go around the outside of Edok, going in through this fast section of Sector 3, which was actually, it's a very good move, because that is very difficult to overtake, going through that tight and twisty section.
Yeah, it looks got Big W now coming right up on the back of Nico, that is, so he's already back fighting for fourth.
As Edok does make his way into the pits, the same with the Kursk, so maybe the pair of them are going to look to try and take these hards to the end of the race. Meanwhile, Heated is building up a gap from Velocity, and Big W manages to get past Nico. Nico broke quite late, and I'm hoping he didn't break any of his wing, because it looked like he did touch the wall ever so slightly. I think he is missing parts of his wing.
Nico, no, he's missing both end plates.
I think there was contact. I think there was contact on the straight. Very bizarre. James is on an interesting strategy, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's chucked all the stops.
And he's all up the back of Ivory Mike.
Just needs to be he just needs to be patient here, because if he's not, he's going to wreck his race.
He's going to end up having to get another wing change if he's not careful.
Well, a lot of this grid's already quite spread out, considering that quite a few people have already made their pit stops, but the closest one is this battle for 10th between James and Ivory Mike. A pair of them have already made their pit stops. I think that was a bit more wing that's just come off from Mike.
Oh no, disastrous start for him.
Doesn't look like Ivory Mike has any wing damage.
We'll see, but James all over the back of him now. Surely we'll have to get past him coming up towards turn 1, as the DRS is now wide open. Mike trying to defend the inside. Is he going to be able to get this defended, or is he going to have to just give up the position? James goes around the outside, and that is the move done.
So looking towards the front, Smitsky's closing in the back of Nico. It's going to take a while probably before there's an actual battle there, but it's starting to develop.
Heated is starting to warm into this race. He's started to, the gap was closing between him and Velocity, but now the gap is seemingly going back out by quite, so, it's about a second and a half, so.
Now about a second and a half lap or two.
Just watching this battle as well between Nico and Smitsky. Smitsky's caught up to the back of Nico, despite the pair of them having quite a bad start. I'm not too sure who it was that spun Nico at the beginning, but I mean, to be back up in the P5, even though quite a few of the field has made their pit stops already, you know, when he comes back into the pits, or comes back out of the pits when he's made his stop, he'll probably be around sort of 12th, 13th maybe.
Yeah, and he could, I don't know if he's going to look to go medium as well. So he could have a tyre advantage at the end on a lot of people.
We'll have to see. Smitsky has got his DRS wide open. There is yellows. That is Edok. That is in at the wall.
In the wall, yeah.
But Smitsky closing up to the back of Nico, not able to get a move done as of yet going in towards turn 1, but he is going to have the DRS going in towards turn 3. So will Smitsky be able to get a move done in towards turn 3?
We've also got MCR closing in the back of their battle, so Smitsky's going to want to make this move quite quickly.
He just has to stay behind.
That between Big W and Adri is going to be interesting as well.
Well, Edok's tires in the pits. Yeah, Edok retires in the pits.
Fair enough. It's going to be a hellish race for him there, I think. He was on hards as well, which won't have helped anything.
16 players left in the battlefield.
Like Hunger Games.
Yeah.
If it was something like that, that last corner of sector 2 would have some kill tally at this point.
I really don't want to give a commentator's curse to Ibo, but he's kept it very clean.
You've definitely done it now, Mark.
Out on those hard still, and he's running around in a nice little spot. He's got an advantage on.
Oh, Smitsky's making a move on Nico.
Yeah, it's just nothing you can do down that straight. I just think it's if you're getting DRS there, unless it's literally dead on a second, I just can't see how anyone would defend it.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything that he could have done, to be honest with you, but Nico now got the DRS back open on the Renault driver. I don't think he's going to be able to get past him, though. Going up towards turn 3, no, he's not able to do so, but allowing this, it's just allowing MCI and Mr. Wooter just behind him to catch up to the pair of them.
We've also got James right on the back of Jasper, like 2 seconds down the road from those guys.
Yeah, so they're quite close to the back of these guys and all, but they're going to have to make another pit stop. So they've got to try and get past as fast as they possibly can.
I think this is where you see where James's title aspirations are. Because he's going to have a bad race, he's probably not going to get a podium. How many points can you pick up? How many points can you add on to the tally? It's going to be the real question, I think.
Yeah, but I still think if he wanted to get a better finish, he would have been a bit smarter to have stuck himself onto the hards when he went for his pit stop.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe he just doesn't have the tyre where some people just really do struggle around here more than others, I think, with keeping the tyres in a sensible window.
Oh,
it's unfortunate for Wakarsk. I don't know where he's retired, but it's a safety car.
But interestingly, Velocity's there, so there's safety car, that's why Velocity's there. That worked perfectly for Velocity, because he goes into pits just a safety car, and he's needing a front wing change as well.
Ooh,
he's
going to
have to have a mission.
It works incredibly well.
Yeah.
It works incredibly well for Big W.
Because he's had to make his second stop as well, but it's worked even better.
Yeah, he's got out ahead of Velocity.
Yeah.
Ooh, where's Big W coming out?
Where does he come out? He comes out in 5th position. Which is actually technically third. Well, second. He's just overtaken Mr. Wooter.
Yeah, the pit lane doesn't count as part of the track under safety car. So you can go as fast as you like in the pit lane once you're out of the limiter part of it.
Yeah, but he's just overtaken.
Yeah, he did that while he was exiting the pit lane. That's allowed within the rules of F1. But more interestingly, MCR just... I'm guessing Big W must have got in his nose just ahead of MCR.
Must have done.
He's almost put himself in the wall as well.
Should the safety car just be hanging around at the exit of turn 2?
Yeah, it'll be waiting to pick up here.
Cool, thank goodness. What a horrible glitch that would be.
No, I mean, if the safety car is going round and doing laps, it's never going to be able to pick anyone up, is it?
This has really drastically hurt Adri and Heated.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying that, they're miles clear of Big W. They're miles clear. They might get a free stop.
They might do.
Heated is definitely going to get a free stop. Heated is definitely getting a free stop.
And same with Adri.
Heated's going to come out first.
Yeah, Heated is just going into his box now. Where's Big W? Big W's just on the back straight as well. Adri is just going into his box as well. So Heated has benefited massively. Adri has also benefited massively.
Wow, what a turning point this is for the race. And Velocity's gone on mediums.
He's had to. He started on the hards.
He started on hards, yeah.
I mean, I do get it. If there's 2 laps of this safety car,
it's doable.
You can do it. Yeah, you can. But it's going to be tight.
It's going to be very tight. But now a lot of the guys that started on the softs, they've now had to come into the pits and now gone on the set of the hards, other than Ibo. Ibo is in 10th at the moment on 11 lap old hards. He's going to have to take these a little bit more and then go on a set of the mediums.
Interestingly, Ivor and Bray both went on mediums as well as Glossy.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the worst strategy. I don't. I would be taking it a bit slower though, because you don't want to be just getting percents on these tyres for no reason. The field's really drastically kind of gone back in now, so.
Bit interesting. But now these guys, I think, are just catching up to the safety car as we speak.
That was quite interesting. The first safety car was here, and it's made a drastic change to this race.
Cloudy Cloud could potentially. I want to see how far on the back of this he can get, because he's not been lapped.
Yeah, he's up 50 seconds down on 3.
The thing is though, that's all going to start Concertina in, because everyone's going to start getting behind this safety car. I think Velocity's just coming up to the pack now, so it should all start.
Yeah, everyone's going to be getting caught onto the back of that, but Cloudy can go as fast as he wants.
Yeah.
So there is at least going to be another lap of this safety car. So we'll see. Jasper gets a 5-second stop, or 5-second penalty for collision with Smitsky.
I'm not sure, but he might have got a wing damage from that. Yeah, he has.
He has. He's going into the pits.
Ooh, careful, people. There's no value in sticking dead behind the person in front of you.
Yeah, because just a risk of wing damage, and there's no chance of you keeping the heat in the tyres if you're that close to someone.
I can't believe how much this has benefited Heated and Adri.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, Big W's also done okay out of it, I think. MCR is going to be... MCR and Wuta are the real casualties, I think.
Yeah.
Same with Velocity.
No, I think Velocity will be fine. He'll have softer tyres and fresher tyres than the 2 cars ahead of him.
True, but the only problem is that he's on a set of the mediums where they may not be able to go to the end of the race. We don't know.
Cloudy's had an off.
As James is...
Somewhere.
Oh, Smitsky's overtaken James.
Yeah, according to me, yeah, Smitsky's just past James, apparently.
Bit of an odd one. As Ivo's actually up to 9th. Oh, it's because Jasper... because of Jasper.
Because, yeah, and it wouldn't test that he's on 12 lap old tyres.
Yeah. But I'm going to assume that the safety car's in this lap.
Still going. I can't tell, the lights are still flashing on it, so...
Is that how you tell?
Yeah, the lights go off when it's going in.
I think this is where it goes in.
Flashing. I think it it shows lights go off when it's going in.
Yeah, so safety car is in this lap. We now just got to wait for the restart between all of these guys. Let's see who is going to be the one that gets, well, that will be beneficial from the safety car restart, as James also gets a 5-second penalty for a collision with Smitsky. It looks like we are going racing once again, as Heated has decided to go full throttle. Here we go. The safety car restart. Adri all up the back of Heated. Is he going to be able to get past going in towards turn 1 as we do resume racing? Here we go. Adri around the outside of Heated. Big W looking to get around in the chaos as well. Adri going around the outside. Very close to hitting the wall, but holds off in P2 at the moment. Big W looking to go down the inside of the Renault driver. Very close to the wall. And Heated remains P1 for the time being, but Big W doesn't look like he's done yet with Adri as he looks to try and go down the inside of the Renault driver.
Are going side by side.
So Smitsky now down in the 7th position, getting close with James, but Big W manages to go down the inside of Adri and is now up in a P2. MCR, the other Spaniard, is looking to see if he can get past Adri, but he's just going to have to hold off behind him for now.
Oh, Jasper's just dropped more positions, but I now battling through, and Ibbo's dropped down to 11.
Yeah, so it's all very, very, very close.
It is indeed, and there's a little battle between the two Red Bull drivers as well, Mike and Nico.
Adri's slow through the castle section.
Dave just hit the castle. Has lost quite a bit of his wing. I don't think he's caused any damage to anybody else, so Dave now probably going to have to make yet another pit stop. Oh!
And that is Jasper.
Oh, Jasper's out.
Oh!
I caught that. That was cool. That was some impact. He just caught the inside.
That was a big impact.
Of the turn, and then it just flinged his car, slingshot it away.
Huge impact.
Huge.
Surprised he didn't catch anyone else with it.
Heated is flying.
He is indeed, and James is looking to see if he can go down the outside or inside. I think it's outside of Smitsky in towards turn 1. He is holding it around the outside. Almost hits the wall, has to back off from it and stays down in P8, but it's going to compromise his run. He's glitching everywhere. We can't see whereabouts he is. He's just going to have to stay in P8 for now. I'm assuming that's exactly where he is because it doesn't say he's in P7 or anything like that. But Mr. Wouter now close to the back of MCR. The same with Velocity.
I don't know if there might be something wrong with MCR's car, but with how close he is, I would have assumed he would have had DRS on Adri there, but I didn't see it.
I don't think it's enabled.
Yeah, I don't think DRS is enabled just of yet.
Yeah, I'm just being slow then, alright.
And the next lap I think is where it'll be enabled, but Velocity right out the back of Mr. Wouter. And you've got to think that Velocity's got to get past him as soon as possible. And you've got to also think if Velocity's tyres will make it to the end. It does look like they will because obviously the safety car being 2 laps on them tyres for the safety car. You've got to think he will finish ahead of the Mercedes driver, but will his tyres also take it to the end?
I think we might see MCR going to remove an Adri here. Half a second behind the Renault going on to the start of the home straight.
Does look like it, and looks like his teammate as well will try and go past the back. Here we go. Mr. Wouter going around that out, or Velocity trying to hold the outside, sorry. Mr. Wouter holding the outside of Velocity and keeps P5. Mr. Wouter having a little bit of a bad exit though.
We've got up ahead MCR getting DRS, trying to use that to get past Adri. It doesn't look like he's closing fast enough to go for it, he's not.
Here we go, Velocity around the outside of Mr. Wouter. Mr. Wouter just gives up that place of Velocity now up into P5 and looking to chase down his teammate. James going down the inside of Smitsky. James gets the move done, so nicely done. James now up into P7, looking to chase down Mr. Wouter for P6. And Ivory Mike as well, looking to see if he can get past Smitsky. Not able to do so, so Smitsky's going to stay in P8. As of now.
And then the nature of this track's sort of split pretty much everyone up into gaps of a second again.
Yeah, either should get past Smitsky, we feel, but probably Jane or Wouter. MCR's going to be out of DRS on Adri, so this should make Velocity have an easy pass. Just outside, agonisingly close. This should be... Oh, he's not trying. He's not trying.
No, he isn't.
I think he wanted to do it
Oh,
out.
he's waiting for waiting for the next DRS.
Oh, Smitsky's just taken off a bit of his wing. Other Michael's got past him. And that's also going to allow Nico to see if he can get past Smitsky. Smitsky does hit the wall once again, but keeps it around the outside. So Smitsky now down in 9th, either in 8th. There's a swap between the two McLarens
Yeah,
as
Velocity just
MCR
come through.
drops down into 5th. Velocity now up in a 4th, looking to chase down Adri for that final podium position.
We've also, I know it's not a big battle, we've also got Frey and Neville battling for 11th and behind Nico and Smitsky.
See those, Ivo has dropped down into 12th position. Frey has managed to get past the Williams driver, although it looks like there's a battle actually between the pair of them. Frey I think went down the inside of that turn before castle section and is now up in the 11th position.
But then, looking at it, I think that Neville's still got a pit, doesn't he?
Does.
Yeah.
Certainly does. James is closing, is right up the back of Mr. Wooter now, so we'll see if he is able to get past the Mercedes driver. Go. DRS now open on Mr. Wooter. Is he going to be able to go down the inside of the Mercedes driver? Here we go, side by side going up towards turn 1. James now able to get past, and that is him up into P6. So nicely done to the Haas driver. And is now going to look to chase down the two McLarens. Whereas Nico is also all up the back of Smitsky. Coming up towards turn, I think that's turn 3. Will Nico get past the Renault driver? No, he doesn't. He does stay behind.
Let's go. Velocity's closing in on Adri.
Adri will need to make a 10th out of BW somewhere.
Yeah, Adri, yeah, he's going to need that DRS to defend from the McLaren.
I don't know if he'll be able to do so.
Big battle actually. I think that could arise further down the line, particularly if the tyres start to go up on velocity. It's James versus velocity.
Yeah.
James can get past MCR fairly cleanly. He's a decent run at this corner. I think he got well done. And that will give him the DRS, and that should give him a nice and easy pass.
So we'll see, will Velocity get past Adri going up towards turn 1? It doesn't look like he's close enough to get a move done on him as of yet, but looks like it'll be a lot closer when it comes up towards just after turn 2. So will Velocity get past Adri going up towards turn 3? Here we go, DRS is now open for the McLaren driver. Is he going to be able to get past Adri up in towards turn 3? No, he doesn't, and is still just going to have to remain in P4 for now. James MCR. Yeah, nice enough from James getting past the other McLaren driver. And looks like he's now going to try and chase down Velocity. As you said, Mark, Velocity's tyres will start to go off soon. So will James get past him as of that point?
James needs to pull a gap though to MCR. He does need to get a shift on here. He's not going to do it locking up in that corner. Velocity's right on the back of Adri. He's playing a very dangerous game. He's not need to follow this closely, really.
Indeed, and this is a very good battle between the pair of them, because I know these two definitely don't particularly get on with each other. So this is going to be a very good battle between the pair of them. Adri holds up P3 for now, and he is going to try and defend as much as he can against the McLaren driver, obviously whilst doing it fairly as well. As yellows in second 2, and Smitsky is retired. I think he has crashed it at that corner, the very high corner.
Yeah, it does look like it.
And Frey's also losing quite a bit of his wing. Oh no, he hasn't, it's before
No,
it.
he lost it before.
Unlucky for Smitsky is velocity in the DRS of Adri. Again, not close enough to get a move done on the Renault driver. Does break a lot later than what the Renault driver does though, but yeah.
It's interesting. Just doesn't try. He doesn't try and get it in that down the main straight. He waits, and this is where he tries. He's not. Why is he's just following behind Adri? Very unusual. I don't understand the thought process itself. Just not overtaking on purpose.
Yeah.
I think he's doing it trying to save his tyres by not pushing his hard through the slower sections of the track, using DRS, not DRS slipstream to stay on the back of Adri.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe he's. I don't know. I don't see the logic in it, but maybe I'm wrong. Either's right on the back of Lewis here. MCR is really struggling now with his tyres. It's kind of falling off the pace quite a bit.
Yeah, MCR does look like he is struggling. Adri and Velocity still really close together as well. But also, interestingly enough, Ibo is up to P9 on the set of the softs as well. So, Ibo looking to bag himself the first set of points. I don't want to commentators curse it. So we'll see if Ibo will be able to grab his first set of points. We have got 6 laps to go left of the Grand Prix, and Velocity is all up the back of Adri. He's looking to go down the inside of the Spaniard in the Renault. Is he going to be able to get the move done? It looks like he is. He looks like he's passed already, and that is Velocity up into P3. Started all the way down in P, 17 or 18? And is now up to 3rd position.
I tell a lie. I think I know what Velocity is doing. And I've only just really figured it out. What he wanted to do is recharge the battery enough so that he could get past, hold it down this sector, and then pull a second. So he's probably, if I'm guessing, yeah, he's on 2, he's on medium. So yeah, I think that's what he was doing. I think he was waiting for the battery to fully charge, so then he could get away, like, outside of the DRS. So actually, he's just cleverer than me.
But interestingly, Adri has about the same amount of battery charge and just isn't using any of it.
Yeah, but I mean, without seeing what Velocity just did, I didn't really think to, you know.
Now Adri's got James over in the back of him, so.
It's about between James
Adri's
and Velocity.
actually got 2
James
seconds
and
off the
Adri's
back of
looking close.
Velocity.
Yeah, this will be. Adri's not out of the title hunt either, so you want to keep him behind. I think these two can end up playing swap positions for the next 6 laps. I think this one might be kind of
Mark,
continue.
I'd like to make a quick amendment on what you said about Velocity. I think as goes get into the DRS range of Big W, which he hasn't quite managed to do, but he's close.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's running out of. I mean, is he running out of time? I feel like he is. The length of time he's going to be on his tyre. Could be wrong.
I don't know, because he's still, I think, for the time being, he's still showing better pace in the car.
Oh, that was not good. James tried to dive bomb up the inside of Adri. Adri was just taking the corner perfectly fine, and James goes into the side of Adri, both losing part of their front wing, and also MCR as well.
MCR just...
What's happened there? That's just nonsensical. I've just seen 3. Oh, James is going to be feeling probably a bit bad. I dare say it's never nice to be in an incident there. Adri's going to be absolutely fuming. MCR, I think he just didn't have the grip in those tyres to take the corner as he wanted. And then that's caused this, so wow. And this puts Ivor in a position now where Velocity's tyres go off.
Yeah, but Ivor's tyres are the same age as Velocity, so...
Yeah, this is true. As Frey sets fastest lap, and that will count. Oh, James is round! James is round! James has literally binned it out of the castle, and this is turning into an absolute nightmare. And I can almost hear Adri on the radio in his Spanish voice saying, "Calma."
So, Velocity's now within half a second of Big W for second.
Yeah, it's all going on now, and this puts Ivor in a very unique position. He just needs one more person to go mad. James is really in a bad way.
James has completely lost his front line now.
Velocity on Big W. Velocity going down the inside of Big W, the Ferrari driver. And has managed to get the move done. Velocity now up into second position.
And Adri's gone into the pits, which is promoted and Mr. Luther into pits.
Adri now into the pits. Adri looked like he was on such a good, well, going for a good finishing position, and it's just unfortunate the fact of what happened with James.
Now just have to see like what happened from each driver's point of view. Really be able to tell what happened.
Is Ibo on for his best ever finish? I think I'm tempted to say yes.
I have no idea.
It's really tempted to say yes.
Yeah.
Now this is interesting. Velocity is going to be trying to hunt down Heated. The gap is staying fairly consistent. I think at this point, it's going to be this point now, if Big W can just not lose tons of time in the next lap or two, it could come back. It really could come back.
He's already half a second off DRS, so...
Yeah, I just wonder where those tyres are going to be with Velocity. Are they really going to take a tumble?
I mean, I'd hazard a guess that the pace that Big W is showing now, he'll be able to show until the end of the race. No matter what, Velocity will start to lose time in the last few laps now.
Big W's just usually losing tons of time under us, really.
I mean, the grid's sort of spread out at the moment. We've still only got 2 laps to go, and I think just about to come across. Well, has he already come across the line? Yeah, so Heated is already come across it. So Velocity is catching up to the back of Heated a little bit.
Heated just basically he has 0.8 of a second or so roughly to play with each lap to keep him out of the DRS.
I mean, realistically, Heated just has to keep it clean from here on out. I mean, even if Velocity does catch up, it'll be more likely the last lap and his tyres will be dead by that point.
No real pens to speak of too much. I know that there's a couple of there's a stop go in there for Frey and for James, but I think they've been served.
Yeah, they have.
James is going to be making his way through the field a little bit. I don't know how far he'll be able to get. He may be able to get Nico, but Nico's quick enough, so I don't think it's
Nico's pretty quick and he's still on fairly fresh now, so I think 10th is the best James is realistically going to be at.
This gap between Velocity and Heated is interesting.
Another one as well, Ibo and Adri. Adri closing up to the back of Ibo for P7. See if Adri will be able to get past him. Ibo on 5 lap old soft tyres, Adri on just 1 lap, and I think he's trying to look to go for the fastest lap as well. So Adri snatched that fastest lap point from Frey. Does cross the line. He hasn't actually set the fastest lap.
He might try again this lap though.
Spare I thought for either here. He's in 4th and he's getting beat by 2 guys that have joined this week. I know how that feels. Obviously Velocity moving down and Velocity coming here as a reserve and Big W now changing down. But just a real small point on Big W, he is actually slower than Edark in another league, so it just seems to make a lot of sense to move him to down. the only real battle we've got left on track, really, at the moment, is Adri versus Ivo, unless Heated really starts to feel the heat.
No, but I don't really see Heated being under that much pressure right now. Got 2.5 second gap behind, 1 lap to go.
Yeah, I think.
Tyres are just.
Yeah, his tyres have probably gone off, but velocities are probably even worse. High shot that Big W isn't actually catching up to velocity as of yet.
So I'd say, assuming that nothing like happens out of those
Wouldn't
guys'
say
control,
anything.
that's going to be. That's why I'm saying, assuming nothing happens, that's going to be the order that finish with, because none of them are showing any pace advantage over the other.
Ivor's podium relies upon the structural integrity of Velocity's right rear for every tyre, I think, at the moment.
But
Yeah,
Ivo
but at the
and
same time,
Adri go
Ivor's
side by
going to
side
have
in
the
towards
same
turn
issues.
1. Ivo holds it down the inside, breaks a little bit late, and actually keeps P7 from Adri. But Adri, is he going to try and go from down in towards turn 2? No, he doesn't. Breaks quite late, but has got the DRS on the Williams driver. Here we go, Adri. DRS open on Ivo. Ivo looks to defend on the inside. Is Adri going to be able to get past him? Ivo just looks like his straight line speed is just insanely fast. Adri going around the outside of Ivo. Nice racing, and that's Adri now up into P7, Ivo down into 8th. But Ivo looking to go down the inside again of Adri. A little bit of touch, but I think that's it. I think Adri gets past, and it looks like that's how it is staying. It was good effort from Ivo, but I think that was just how Adri has done it. And I think, as he said, I think that's just going to be the finishing order. But I'm going to go on board with the man that has... I just don't know how to describe it. I think the safety car has helped him massively, but... he now takes his second win in LOE, both being at Baku. Congrats to Heated for winning the Division 3 Azerbaijan Grand Prix. What an effort from Velocity as well, from second to last on the grid, all the way up to P2. And Big W coming home for P3 as well. Ivan Mike, commiserations to him being beaten by the two that were in D2, and obviously Heated as well. Mr. Wuta with P5, MCR looking like he will finish in P6.
I mean, unless someone crashes that now, it seems like my prediction of net finishers is spot on.
Yeah, that was an interesting race. There's going to be an angry Spaniard in the D3 chat. I'm predicting.
But
P8. P8 for Ibo. Well done for it. Well done, my man. That just shows you keep it clean. And it doesn't matter how much quicker people are than you, you're going to get decent points.
That was a great race for Ivo, but I still feel like driver of the day has to go to Velocity for that.
Either Velocity or Heated, one of them two, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Heated starting down in 7th, Velocity started down in, what, 17th or 18th? I think it was 17th, actually.
Yeah, 17th. 18th. He's gained 16 positions.
Oh, wow.
His first lap movements were really good. I don't know. I'd probably give it to Heated, if I'm honest. I don't know. I think Heated had so much pressure on him all through that race, and he just kept the gap to Big W and kept the gap to Velocity. So I can see both sides of it, to be fair.
But that was the Division 3 Grand Prix for Azerbaijan. Your podium, as you can see, Heated, the top step of the podium. Congratulations to him. Velocity in second and Big W in third. I'm not going to be able to watch the podium because I have literally got to go for about 5 minutes.
All three of us have to go.
Yeah. But so there's Heated in first, Velocity in second with Big W in third. Ivan Mike finished in P4, nicely done to him. Mr. Wuta in fifth, MCR in sixth. Adri, it just keeps happening every week. It keeps happening every week. It's unfortunate for him, but it's in P7. Ibo picking up his first set of points. Congratulations to him. P8. Good set of points as well. Nico in 9th with James in 10th. Dave in 11th. Frey picking up the final points position. And I think also got the fastest lap point. So nicely done to the Toro Rosso driver. Cloudy Cloud finished in P13. And then we have our non-finishers of Smitsky, Jasper, Wakursk, Eduk, LFC and Silent Shifting. Wave called it. 13 finishers. Nicely done to him. But that is going to
Right.
round off the Division 3 Grand Prix. Have you guys got anything else to say?
No, not at
No,
all.
I don't think so.
Fair
Great
enough.
race.
Fair
Really
enough.
good.
So, I said that is it for Division 3. Division 1 is currently going on as we speak, and D2 will start in about 10 minutes' time. Thank you everyone for watching, and we'll catch you next week for, I believe it is... It's not... Spain,
I'm
I
guessing
think.
it'll be. I don't know.
Yes, it is Spain. It is Spain.
Yeah,
I will not be there, but good luck to everyone involved.
yeah. So, we'll catch you next week for the Spanish Grand Prix.